Hello and welcome to the Chloe Breeze Academy. Today we are going to cover in depth a pose or stretch that most of you hate. It's the frog pose, or in martial arts terms, knee split. Today we're going to be going over ways that anybody can do this stretch so that when you come across it in a stretching class or a yoga class, you don't get anxious going into it and you can find your own way of doing it safely. Make sure you've had a warm up, a dynamic stretch, and you're ready to stretch even further. We're going to be doing frog pose for around 10 minutes, but don't worry, I'm going to be showing you lots of different variations and modifications throughout this pose. Let's get straight into it. So for the purpose of today's video, make sure you've got like a bolster or a cushion or a pillow, something that you can just lean on, lie on, or place your knees on to help be more comfortable within the pose. With that being said, I'm going to start my timer. And we've got 10 minutes in frog pose. So one of the first variations that you can do in frog pose, if you're completely new to this, is to start lying down on your tummy, legs extended behind you. And then from here, you just do it with one leg. So you bring one leg in, externally rotate your hip, and then we bring that knee up into this right angle, foot stacked under knee, knee in line with hip, and we're going to flex that foot. Okay, and this is your half frog pose. Although the other leg's straight, okay, we've got the exact motion that we need with one leg. Remember to breathe, belly breathing, into the nose, out through the nose, but make sure you're breathing into your belly, not into your chest. And we're going to rotate, switch legs, that leg down and out, opposite leg up and into our one-legged frog. Good. Now for the next version, I would really like you to grab a pillow or a cushion or a bolster, and we're going to do the same thing, one-legged frog, but one leg extended out to the side. So I want you to take your bolster or your cushion, place it next to you, and then you're going to place your foot on top of it. On the other side, we're going to come up onto our knee, and then we're going to come into a half knee split. So come up onto this knee and then let that leg extend out as wide as you can. And then go lower and lower, as low as you can within this stretch. I'll just show you from a side angle. Good. And we're going to switch legs, do that on the other side. So come up nice and slowly. Place the opposite foot on and then just lower that leg out, extending that leg, and come down through the center point as low as you can. Good. And then work your way back in. Perfect. Now from there, what we're going to do is place the bolster in the center point, and we're going to almost sit on it and coming into our knee straddle. So we're going to do frog over your bolster or your pillow. Good. Now I want you to get into the habit of flexing your feet so that you can protect your knees a little more. And we're going to come forward here. Good. And then relax. Take the bolster or cushion away. And now we're going to try and open up for the first time into our frog pose without any props. So what I want you to do is to come onto all fours, and then I want you to just tilt your feet out to the side, followed by the knees. And as you can see, I don't really like using a yoga mat for this stretch, purely because I can slide easier on the floor without one. So I'm going to open up as wide as I can, and no matter where you are, it's absolutely fine. So just go to your maximum point of flexibility, and we're going to hold. Remember to flex through the feet, and what you're aiming for is a right angle from your hips to your feet. So your feet are stacked under your knees, and then your knees are in line with your hips. Good. Now if you're not fully down yet, what I would like you to do is to rock your hips back and forward. Now if the pressure on your knees is too much, try to bring your feet to touch behind you, and that just might take the pressure off of your knees. And now from there, what I want you to try and do is to rock your hips forward and back, and forward and back. A little bit of movement is good. That's it. You don't have to go as much as I am. And then come back to your center point. Now we're going to come down onto our front, and you can either come onto your forearms here, or you can use your cushion or your bolster. Good. Now what I want you to do is to take your torso round towards one side. So you might just get to here and that be enough, or you can come as far round as you wish towards this knee. And then to the other side. And then back to the center. Good. Now we're going to come up onto our palms and just take a big breath in, and then lower down. Exhale. And we're going to do that 4 times. And then come up onto your hands, and then we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to take one hand, place it through the opposite hand and the hip. So you're going to come through that center gap, lay onto that shoulder, and then Get a little rotation through your body. Good. 10 more seconds. And we'll repeat that on the opposite side. And release. Very well done, guys. So there we have it, many variations of frog pose, and I hope now it's not so daunting to you and you now feel more at ease about going into it. Remember, you don't have to do the full pose, you can do any of these modifications or variations. Stay safe, guys, look after your body, and remember, this is a really intense stretch, so make sure you're really warm and have done many dynamic stretches beforehand. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.